On behalf of the Seattle Betsuin Buddhist Temple, thank you for joining today's Obon Cemetery service. Today's service is the culmination of special services presented by the Seattle Betsuin this Obon season. I hope you had the opportunity to participate in yesterday's Bonodori or Dance Festival presentation. Don't worry if you didn't participate yesterday, because it will be streaming on the Seattle Bonodori YouTube channel until next year's Obon season. This season of reflection, remembrances, and joyful gatherings are different than in the past, but remain in the hearts of Jodo Shinshu Buddhists celebrating this Obon season. Rinban Kusunoki held cemetery services at the following locations: Evergreen Washelli, Mount Pleasant, Sunset Hills, Memorial Park, Lakeview, Washington Memorial Park in SeaTac, and the Seattle Betsuin no Kotsuro. A montage of the services follows.
Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, 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 Namanda. 上Today, on this occasion of Obon Cemetery service, the member of Seattle Betsuin Buddhist Temple have reverently come before Amida Buddha in memory of their beloved family member. With the deepest reverence and gratitude for the all-embracing wisdom and compassion of Amida, we affirm three homages. I go to the Buddha for guidance. I go to the Dharma for guidance. I go to the Sangha for guidance. Namo Amida Butsu, 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 Namanda, Namanda. 謹んで御仏の御前に申し上げます。今年もまたお盆の季節となりました。お盆の季節は亡き人々を偲ぶ行事と聞いております。この世に命が誕生して以来、どれほどたくさんの命が生まれ、どれほど多くの命が消えていったことでしょう。その中で私たちは今、不思議な因縁で尊い命を恵まれています。今日ここにシアトル別院お盆セメタリーサービスにあたり、御仏に導かれ、改めて亡き人々を偲びつつ、お念仏させていただきます。ナモアミダ仏、ナモアミダ仏、ナモアミダ仏、ナモアミダ仏、ナマンダ、ナマンダ、ナ。ガゴンチョウセガキシムジョウドシガンフマンゾクセイフ上昇学ガオ無量国不意大摂取不採小便具政府上昇学餓死上仏道妙小長寺法空教未小門政府上昇学利欲人小年上へ主本行しぐ無上道一生天にし人力縁大公不生無才道小上三苦妙恋妻主役難回避知恵言滅死根門案 閉塞小悪道、通達全宗門、高層上満足、意よいろじぽ、日月主重期、天候音符源、一種解放像、恋世空読法、上陽大主従、説法四子空、空有一切物、具足取得本、元年新上満、得意三害音、両仏無下地、通達未不詳、願学へ力、投資最小損、志願や国家、大戦追い感動、国書天に、東宇珍妙系。ナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブがんにしくどく平等聖祭道本菩提心大上あんらこ南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏。
When life is fair and sunlight gilds the day, when fortune smiles and flowers adorn our way, Buddha's light we'll see forevermore. In Nimbutsu, our grateful hearts shall soar. Namo Amida Butsu.
Thank you for watching the Seattle Betsuin's mini lecture series of Introduction to Buddhism and Jodo Shinshu, Shin Buddhism. I would like to introduce some Obon traditions and their meanings. Most temples in Japan conduct Obon service in August. Japanese people visit their ancestors' gravesite during the Obon season. They clean up the gravesite and offer flowers or fruits, and they put their palms together. They recall their loved ones at the gravesite. They also visit their temple and attend the Obon service. The concept of Obon in general is deceased loved one returns to this world during Obon season. There are some traditions for Obon in Japan. Each city or region has a different tradition. Let me tell you some examples of Obon tradition. The family offers a cucumber and eggplant to Buddha or the deceased. Putting 4 toothpicks in each, a cucumber symbolizes a horse. An eggplant symbolizes a cow. The deceased rides on the cucumber horse to come to this world because a horse runs first. The family can see the deceased quickly, and the deceased rides on the eggplant cow to go back. A cow walks slowly, so the family can see the deceased longer. The other custom is to put a lantern outside of their house, their gravesite, and the family obutsudan, family altar. There is a family crest, kamon, on the lantern. The family puts lanterns for their loved one to return to the right place without losing their way. The other custom is that the family floats a lantern in a river or the ocean to send the deceased off. The family wishes that the deceased is sent back safely. In my hometown, Nagasaki, there is a custom that Hatsubon family, those who lost their family member from the time of last year's Obon to this year's Obon, floats a ship in the ocean, and the people in Nagasaki send the deceased off with fireworks. When I think about the Obon tradition, each tradition has meaning. The family expresses their thoughts through each tradition. Obon could be seen as mixing the religious and fun aspects. Even though the Obon dance has a religious side, it is also has its matsuri or festival side as well. Similarly, the Obon service is not purely a somber religious occasion. In Jodo Shinshu, it is also referred to as kangie, or joyful gathering. Of course, it is important to recognize the sadness of loss, especially for the Hatsubon families who have lost someone in the past year. However, we can also rejoice that our loved ones were born into the Amida Buddha's Pure Land and have become Buddha. There is also joy in the realization of the causes and conditions that have brought us together here now, enabling us to hear the Buddha Dharma. My father used to give the same story of Obon at every year. So let me summarize the Obon story. The origin of Obon is that Moggallana Mokren, a disciple of Shakyamuni, recalled his mother who passed away. How is my mother doing? He saw that she was in a realm of hungry ghosts. Therefore, he asked Shakyamuni Buddha how to save his mother. He followed Shakyamuni Buddha's advice. He offered and served some foods and drinks to Buddhist ascetics. His mother was eventually able to leave the realm of hungry ghosts. Moggallana Mokren, his family, his friends, and Buddhist ascetics were overjoyed and danced spontaneously to express their joy and show their gratitude to Buddha. This is the origin of Obon dancing, Obon Odori. So my father always focuses on one point of this story. This point is that Shakyamuni Buddha's disciple, Moggallana, by chance recalled the life of his mother. How is my mother doing? Moggallana thought about her, worried about her, recalled her. This is the origin of Obon. I think, therefore, the Obon service is the occasion to reflect upon our loved ones. Please remember and recall your loved ones through Obon service and Obon dancing. Please join me in Gassho. Put your hands together. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu.
Hello, I'd like to tell you the story that forms the basis of our Obon service and our dancing. But first, before I tell the story, I'd like to provide a bit of a context. When Buddhism left India, I shouldn't say left India, but when Buddhism was transmitted from India to China, it encountered religions that already existed there, Taoism and Confucianism, and particularly Confucianism emphasized filial piety, devotion to parents, obligation to parents. And Buddhism had a bit of a challenge because in the story of Shakyamuni Buddha, when he was trying to gain enlightenment, he left his family, he left his wife and child and went out to seek enlightenment and practiced austerities in the forest. He came back when he attained enlightenment, came back to his wife, and she became a nun, and is, according to the story, the legend, the Buddha's son, Rahula, became a monk. But Buddhists had to come up with stories that would emphasize filial piety, because Buddhism was a monastic tradition. So in China, this story, scholars believe, was probably made up, and it concerns the one of the chief disciples of the Buddha named Moggallana. And according to the story, Moggallana's mother passed away, and she was such a wonderful mother to him that Moggallana wanted to find out what realm of heaven that she had been born into when she died. And so he went to the Buddha, and the Buddha, with his psychic powers, he asked Shakyamuni Buddha, "What realm is my mother in?" And the Buddha looks, and he says, "Your mother is born into lowest realm of hell." And Moggallana is absolutely shocked. How can my mother have been born into hell? She was such a wonderful mother. And Shakyamuni Buddha says, she was such a wonderful mother to you that she shirked her responsibility to everyone else. So she was a doting mother and took care only of the needs of Moggallana, and turned a blind eye to the needs of others. So Moggallana ponders, and he says, well, to the Buddha, how can I get her out of hell? How can I get her into a heavenly realm? And in Buddhism, there's the teaching of the transference of merit, and which is positive energy. So the Buddha says to Moggallana, I want you to practice selfless giving. I want you to devote yourself to the welfare of others. And then, excuse me, the merit of this we can transfer to getting your mother out of hell. So Moggallana does this, and he provides alms for the monks, and he practices selfless giving. And he goes back to the Buddha, and he asks him, "Can you see my mother now? How is she doing?" And the Buddha says, "She is in a heavenly realm now because of your efforts to help her." And Moggallana is overjoyed. It says in the story, so overjoyed that he danced for joy. And so this is where the idea of the Bonodori comes from, the dancing for joy, and the devotion to loved ones, to ancestors. It all ties in with this story as the foundation, as the basis. And the dances actually go back to very early in Buddhism, when people would even dance. We have the expression Namo Amida Butsu, homage to the Buddha of boundless life and light. And when in early Buddhism, even before the time of Shinran, people would do what was called the Nembutsu, or Namo Amida Butsu, the Nembutsu Odori, and they would dance to that. So there was a melding of this and then popular dances, and that's what we have today, is a kind of melding of with a spiritual foundation, a spiritual basis, and then popular stories, popular dances that are mixed in with this. But the whole feeling of the dancing is, as someone once said, it puts me in the spirit of my parents. I can picture my parents dancing in the same way that I'm dancing today. And so there's a feeling of oneness of generations. So I hope that you enjoyed the dancing, and I hope that this story gives you a little better understanding of what the dancing is about. Unlike what I heard someone say, telling someone else, well, it's just a harvest festival. Well, it's not a harvest festival at all. So I hope this gives you a correct foundation for appreciating the dancing that you'll see.
Appreciate you joining today's Obon Cemetery service. Thank you to Rinban Katsuya Kusunoki, Reverend Don Castro, Connor McKinney, Young Adult Minister's Assistant Alex Sakamoto, Kemi Nakabayashi, Sandy Cressman, Nancy Hashimoto of the Sacramento Buddhist Temple, Tyler Moriguchi, and Young Adult Minister's Assistant Marissa Nishi Wong for producing and presenting today's service. The Northwest District is presenting an informative lecture, Passing the Torch to the Next Generation, Lessons to be learned from Jules. An Introduction to American Buddhism for Youth, Scouts, and the Young at Heart with a Bit of Humor by Reverend Dr. Kenneth Tanaka, author and Professor Emeritus of Musashino University in Tokyo, Japan. The presentation will be live streamed via Zoom on July 22nd at 7:30 p.m. Please visit the Betsuin's website or Facebook page for additional information and a link to register. Admission is free, but we kindly ask that donations be made to your local Jodo Shinshu temple. The Northwest District is comprised of 7 temples. They are as follows: Seattle Betsuin Buddhist Temple, Tacoma Buddhist Temple, White River Buddhist Temple in Auburn, Yakima Buddhist Temple in Wapato, Idaho Oregon Buddhist Temple in Ontario, Oregon, Spokane Buddhist Temple, and the Oregon Buddhist Temple in Portland. Please visit the temple website, subscribe to the Betsuin's YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter for additional information on services, upcoming workshops, and events within the temple and Jodo Shinshu community. May you be touched by Amida Buddha's compassion. Thank you.